I think the biggest thing is just how you put your hand in the glove. I put 2 in the ring finger, so right here, and then I put my thumb in the glove like this to really emphasize squeezing like this, almost like a crab claw. Squeezing the glove like that is big for me. It just helps keep the ball in the right spot of the pocket. The other biggest thing is just loading how the pitch comes in. So if you got a 4-seam ride guy like Fluky, loading a little bit more to your chest because he's going to be throwing the ball at the top of the zone. And then for sliders coming to this side, loading the same way, slightly to the instep, and then coming back up and just one fluid motion, scraping the ground up and down is key. And then for a Fluky fastball up in the zone and Morrison fastball, just loading a little bit less to like the center of your chest because you really want to get on top of that ball. So you give the umpire the best look for the 4-seam up.
Fluky. Here comes the heat. Inside corner and a called strike 3.
It is a theft, the caliber of Danny Ocean. Best for you that you played with, Big Ben?
Probably Bob Melvin or Mike Matheny. Those guys could steal some strikes, but I'm telling you, you could take this kid right here, Caden Bodine, and you could plug him in behind home plate at the big league level right now, and he would hold his own. He is that good behind home plate on that side of the ball. Now, offensively, I don't know yet. I got to see it a little bit more, but from a defensive standpoint, he could play the big leagues for me right now.
Yeah, he is so good behind the plate, and you see where he is projected, according to our Kylie McDaniel, in the draft in a few weeks. He'll work in tandem with Cameron Fluky against this lineup for Jay Johnson, who has said they don't have as much power production as the national championship team 2 years ago, but the bats have been humming here in the postseason.
Don't have enough power production. They got over 100 home runs. I think they have plenty of power. You got Derek Curiel at the top, leading the way, 364. Jake Brown is also hitting 667. Ethan Fry is leading the team with 6 runs in the College World Series. This team can damage you from top to bottom. They get it done, they're very resilient, and they tend to come through when the moment's big.
Jared Jones had some big moments, and it helped get Cade Anderson at the Tigers series. He starts in game 1, a guy who only ever wanted to pitch for LSU, a draft-eligible sophomore. Cade Anderson leads the country in strikeouts and is a likely top 10 pick.
Yeah, I think the folks down in Baton Rouge would hope that Cade Anderson maybe would come back for his junior year, but I got news for him. He ain't coming back because he's going to be right at the top of the draft. I mean, he has just shot up the draft board. It's a real 4-pitch mix in a year where there's not a whole lot of projectable college starting pitchers at the big league level, but he is certainly one of them. That slider has made a difference in his repertoire. He's grown up, and look, guys, he has got a slow heartbeat when it matters most. You can't tell if he's up 5 or down 5. He's just one of those guys.
It's huge growth from last year to this year, and the slider has been a big part of that.
Been a huge part of it. I mean, he was fastball, curveball, changeup last year, came up with the slider this year, and it's been his second used pitch that he has out there. It's made a difference for him. Now, the fastball still has a lot of hop in. He'll go to the top of the zone today, too. He'll throw the curveball behind it as well, but he is a real number 1.
We are 20 minutes away from his first pitch against Coastal Carolina. We mentioned Jared Jones, top 3 all-time in home runs at LSU. And Jackie, you were pouring over these games earlier this week. Jared Jones really bounced back from a tough start here to the Men's College World Series.
Yes, we talked about when he played Arkansas for the first time, and he was facing Gacker, and he's painting slider away, painting again slider away, 3 straight times. But then Gacker decides to, hey, I want to challenge him. I'm gonna throw him a fastball. It didn't work out too well, so. Homer, backside. We'll see you. Top ball game. We get to the next at bat when the game's on the line. You're probably thinking, oh, maybe they might try to, walk him. I'm telling you, Jared Jones was sitting on that off-speed pitch because he knows they were going to throw him a fastball with the base open. He was able to lean out over and hit that slider that he's been missing the whole time his first at bat. That's a great adjustment by a big-time player.
Yeah, a guy who, of course, nicknamed Bear, has had a heck of a career with the Tigers, and he's the only player in this event with multiple home runs, and you see this year, he's had a lot of huge hits. You can say the same about the LSU shortstop, sophomore Steven Monster Milam. He's got Tiger stripes dyed dyed into his hair. And that means it's the postseason, and that's the time when a monster really elevates his
When
game.
the lights get the brightest and the stage gets the biggest, the monster seems to show up for LSU. He was scuffling a little bit at the end of the year, but I tell you what, in the NCAA tournament, how about 12 for 31? He's hitting 387, and here in Omaha, he is 4 for 12, and he's moved up to that 3-hole right there for LSU, and he has been big here at the College World Series. He's been big in the postseason just like he was for LSU, and he's a dude that can really shine in the biggest moments.
Part of the lineup for the Tigers against the Chanticleers, getting ready for game one. Hottest team in the country, winners of 26 in a row against the 7-time champs, trying to make it 2 titles in a 3-year span.
This will be their first World Series title since 2009. The LSU offense has just been hitting on all cylinders. It's just been a hit parade. The LSU Tigers thrashing the Gators. There it is! The Tigers can say, we are champions. Always dry scoop before you run.
Listen to me. A hot dog diet got me shredded.
It's time we listen to science. One-A-Day is formulated with key nutrients to support whole body health. One-A-Day, science that matters.
Dick's Epic 4th of July sale is on. Take 20% off bog bags and igloo coolers, 25% off Stanley drinkware, $200 off Callaway irons and TaylorMade drivers. BOGO 50% off DSG outdoor gear. Shop in store or at dicks.com.
Ooh, get a load of this. Sonic Shakes are now half price after 5 p.m. So now you can... for half the price. Get half price shakes every day after 5 for a limited time. Live free, eat Sonic.
If my healthcare provider had Agent Force, the powerful AI from Salesforce, an AI agent would have automatically paired me with the right specialist hours ago. Like Woody's did.
I like it here, dude. Wow, good for you.
Hey, Doc.
Feet in stirrups, please.
Wait, why?
Because you're an OBGYN.
Breathe from your diaphragm, brother. No. Agent Force helps healthcare providers prevent medical mishaps. It's what AI was meant to be.
It's gonna be cold. The Queen is here!
The Royal Jewels. Presenting Tyson lightly breaded boneless chicken bites. Always been Tyson.
Looks like allergy season is back. Time to start saving on your prescriptions. Another good reason to check GoodRx.
So this is pickleball? Probably get some pickles at the bar.
Next, David and other David.
Better idea. A lot better. Still haven't seen the guy with the pickles.
No, me either.
If you're a fan, what you'll see in the next minutes, hours, and days to follow may convince you you've gone to sports heaven. And right now, you're standing on the edge of tomorrow. Booyah!
Bouncing ball down the left field line. The throw to the plate, not in time. The Chanticleers are on to Omaha. Coastal Carolina rules the roost. They win the championship.
...2016, the national championship for Coastal Carolina. And tomorrow, we're over on ABC. We get going here on the field at 2 p.m. Eastern time for Game 2. LSU and Coastal Carolina should be Jacob Morrison against Anthony Ianson. All right, fellas, Jackie, Ben, I want to hear directly from you. What are the emotions emotions like in your belly right now if you're playing in this game?
It's exciting. You're feeding off the fans, but in a way, you got to hone in your emotions. You're preparing, and this is where it really matters. This is what you've been practicing for all year. This is the moment now. Time to get it done.
Butterflies, bro. I mean, big time. But the time as a pitcher, but our first pitch goes to the plate, those butterflies are going at that point. But there's a lot of nervousness right now.
We are counting you down to first pitch, just over 10 minutes away from getting started. Let's send it over to public address announcer Bill Jensen with this place getting loud after both teams were introduced. The stage is set. Over to Bill Jensen.
In center field, our loyal season ticket holders of the Men's College World Series. We thank you for your support of NCAA baseball. Performing tonight's national anthem is Savannah Nighter.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting.
Here we go, and the stage is set ahead of game one. Final minute, fellas. We don't have the headgear of Coach Lee Corso, but we do have the power of the flat top end, so it is time for predictions. I want two answers, guys. Does it go 2 or 3 games, and who wins tonight's game? Jackie, we start with you.
This series goes 3. LSU takes the first one.
I got 3 on this one, too. I think LSU takes the first one as well behind the left-hander, Kate Anderson. We know how important it is. The team that wins game 1 wins 62% of the time in this championship series. Game 1 is going to be the most important one.
13 of the 21 matchups we have had with this championship series have gone to whoever wins the first. Heck of a scene for this one. The Men's College World Series in Omaha, Nebraska. It is always special, and we are moments away from getting started. Let's send you upstairs. Calling the game with Chris Butt, Chris Burke, and Kyle Peterson, the voice of the Men's College World Series, Carl Ravitch.
Mike, thank you very much. Welcome inside Omaha, a dynamic and diverse city in the Midwest. But for college baseball teams and fans, it is the destination, the desired endpoint of every season's journey. For 2 teams, there are 2 steps left. LSU and Coastal Carolina. This is not David and Goliath. Cinderella is in her castle 1,400 miles from here. This is a clash of clubs with championship pedigrees. 2 wins away from a World Series title.
For 75 years, they've gathered in Omaha, where the best in college baseball meet in a moment of magnitude.
The Giants, legends, we're on the rise.
Coastal Carolina, the hottest team in the country.
Swing and a miss!
say the Teal is pretty for real. I mean, 26 games.
I don't know if they know how to lose right now.
We're playing to win, and that's what's going to happen.
LSU, winning in dramatic fashion.
Jared Jones with a chance. It's off the glove of the second baseman. LSU is on to the finals.
I came to LSU for moments like this.
Seeking an 8th championship and cementing their legacy as the elite program of the past 30 years.
They don't remember you unless you win a national championship.
Heroes, the giants, legends, we're on the
Sean's Up versus Go Tigers.
We don't really care what conference you're from. We don't really care who you are. Like, we're ready to play. I like our odds against them.
In a test of response and resolve.
I won't be satisfied until I get a national championship. We're meant for this.
heroes, giants, legends, we're on the rise.
This is the Men's College World Series Finals.
And let's get this party started. Purple and gold all over the place as the 2025 NCAA Men's College World Series is presented by Capital One. I mean, the Teal may very well be for real, but this is a home game for the LSU Tigers. Coastal doesn't care. They'll take on anyone, anywhere, anytime. And that's what this whole series has been about. That's what the second half of this season has been about. Are you kidding me? 26 straight victories. They haven't lost a game in 2 months. LSU's got 7 World Series already to their name. They're looking for their 8th all-time. And yes, we've had a no-hitter from an Arkansas pitcher named Gage Wood. Will we get another outstanding start tonight? Cade Anderson, likely the #1 overall pick in this year's draft, on the bump. Catching the baseball for Coastal is their bread and butter, their backbone. His name is Caden Bodine. He models his game after JT Realmuto. The SEC has won this thing 5 years in a row. The Sun Belt's only title in sports 40 years ago. The Old Dominion Women's softball team. Meantime, you take a look, and it is a very mixed field. I'm joined by 2 legends of this game as well, KP Kyle Peterson, and of course Chris Burke, and down on the field, Chris Budden in just a moment. It feels like these are 2 teams that are ready to clash. Nobody's backing down. There's no slippers to be found out there.
No, we love this environment. I mean, Coastal comes in, they've won 26 in a row. No team has ever won more consecutive games going into the finals. They've won 56 games this season. Nobody has won more games in the entire country. The Teal is, in fact, for real, Berkey, but they're going up against one of college baseball's most storied programs.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Coastal's legit, but they got to beat college baseball royalty with their ace on the bump and a slugger who has led them here to the finals. Jared Jones started off this World Series 0 for 5 strikeouts. All he's done since then is catch fire. He's hit 2 homers. He's driven in 6 runs. And against Arkansas, he was the clutchest in the biggest moment. A home run to tie it up in the bottom of the 8th at 3 apiece, and then a walk-off to send LSU back to the finals for the 9th time in program history.
It's warm in the bayou. It's 98 degrees there right now. Meantime, they talk about Coastal Carolina as you take a look at Jared Jones and the effort to try to calm his bat down because he's been red hot. But Coastal makes this joke about grabbing guys from the Northeast and bringing them to Hawaii, if you will, in Conway, South Carolina. Bodine is one of those mid-Atlantic players who relishes the heat, and it's warm.
Yeah, they got a Jersey kid behind home plate. He also leads off. How many leadoff hitters do you see that are catchers? Well, there's not many, but you don't see many like Caden Bodine at any position. He's the rock in this offense. He's the rock defensively. He's one of the reasons why this pitching staff is second in the country in ERA. A kid that should hear his name called in the first round of this year's draft, but right now is in the middle of one of the most impressive teams in the country.
KB, Coastal knew they were good, but nobody saw a 26-game winning streak, did they?
I want to take you back to April 22nd when Coastal Carolina lost to College of Charleston. Charleston's head coach, Chad Holbrook, looked inside that Coastal dugout and he goes, boys, you don't have anything to be sad about. You're going to be a national seed, and you're probably not going to lose again. Holbrook must have seen something special in that dugout. Either that or he needs to be on a flight to Vegas, because that's all this Coastal team has done. That's winners of 26 straight.
Everybody say it with me. Chanticleers.
They have won 18.
22's 23 consecutive wins.
You almost forget what it feels like to lose.
Carolina punches its ticket back to Omaha.
This is not a fluke. This is not a Cinderella deal, and we're not going away.
People doubted us, and I think they still do. We take pride in our preparation. That gives us confidence on the field.
24, 25, 26 straight victories.
We don't really care what conference you're from. We don't really care who you are. Like, we're ready to play.
Sean's up.
Carl, this isn't some, like, we don't talk about this no-hitter type streak. They are proud of it. Winners of 26, looking for 27 today.
That guy right there, KB, the son of a former New York Giant football coach. There's a football feel to this thing, and we've seen some unbelievable pitching performances. Are we due for another tonight?
Pedro's parents planned for adventure, but they didn't plan for him to make a new best friend. You were made to get more than you bargained for. We were made to help you save on packages. Expedia, made to travel.
For the professional, it's not enough to possess knowledge. We seek to refine it, to wield its power, to redefine its boundaries. Knowledge is put to the test in every GMC Sierra.
Or current eligible GMC owners get 0% APR with a total value of over $11,000 on this Sierra 1500 model. We are professional grade.
Outback Steakhouse has a 3-course meal called the
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi. With soup or salad, your choice of select entrees, and cheesecake for dessert.
Oi, 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 oi.
Three oys. 3 courses starting at $14.99 at Outback for a limited time.
Prime Day is coming July 8th through the 11th with great deals on whatever you're getting into next.
What's the move?
There you go, King. Next.
As long as probably forever there's only been one Frosty. Because what would we even do? Add a bunch of new swirls and mix-ins like Oreo cookies or Pop-Tarts pieces? That's kind of genius, actually. For a fresh way to Frosty, gotta be Wendy's. At last, my love has come along.
Is poor support giving you the bed aches? Then it's time for a change. We engineered the new Sealy Posturepedic to help stop those nagging aches for good. Because only Posturepedic features our exclusive precision fit coils that respond to your pressure points for targeted support like no other mattress can. Say so long to bed aches and hello happy mornings with Sealy Posturepedic. Shop Sealy Savings during the July 4th sale.
We're back. The elements will be a factor. You can see the sun there. The wind is certainly going to be a factor, as is the temperature, especially for the catchers tonight who are wearing all that gear on a 96-degree day. Meantime, Cade Anderson's numbers are eye-popping, and you can see that he's 6'2", 186 with an 11-1 record in 110 innings pitched.
And 170 strikeouts. That's more than anybody else in the entire country. A left-hander's got a chance to potentially be the #1 overall pick in the draft. It is a mid-90s fastball, 2 breaking balls, a really good changeup, and a guy that is built for this spot. Just a sophomore, but has turned into one of the best arms in the country.
And draft eligible as we take a look at the Coastal Carolina batting order. It's brought to you by Capital One, with Bodine leading off. The biggest concern from Jay Johnson today, making sure the leadoff guy doesn't get on base.
Yeah, that's goal #1. Keep the leadoff guy on base, and Coastal Carolina sends their best up first. So it starts right out of the gate here with the All-American Bodine against the future big leaguer, Cade Anderson.
So Bodine, the junior, out of Hatton Heights, New Jersey, at 5'10", 200. He's an amazing pitch framer. We're going to focus on his bat now. And any ball in the air could be an adventure. First pitch misses down, ball 1 at 95 miles an hour. 170 strikeouts off the left arm of that guy. His slider is ridiculous. And this one on the ground to third. And Braswell picks it up and throws him out. He's at third because they expect to get a lot of ground balls and push bunts.
All right, so here's the left-hander stuff. We showed you the fastball. It's into the mid-90s. He will elevate it and throw it at the bottom of the zone. 2 different breaking balls. 2 distinctly 2 different breaking balls. But this is how good that slider was in his start against Arkansas. 0 for 10, 5 strikeouts. He'll show you the curveball as well. The changeup, especially against right-handed hitters for Coastal, will play importantly today for Cade Anderson.
Sebastian Alexander will bat next. And he looks at one down. Alexander's the left fielder. He's got terrific speed. He has stolen 27 bases in 32 attempts. And Michael Braswell, the third baseman, is even with the bag. That's in there for a strike. The fastball came in at 94. The wind feels like it's blowing about 90. It's blowing straight in from center field. So hitting one out to dead central is going to be nearly impossible as Alexander gives one to the fans in the seats. Coastal comes in 56-11, and if you're just tuning in, the 2016 national champions are on a 26-game winning streak. They haven't lost in 2 months. And a 1-2 from Alexander. No! A slider that he didn't offer up. Anderson is the typical, came in as a freshman, developed some pitching, body changed a little bit, and became the rock of the staff in his second season.
Away.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
I think a lot of these swing counts, you're going to see fastballs up and away, especially the right-handed hitters. It's a great day to throw a 4-seam fastball and try to induce fly balls. Not a whole lot of fear from these pitchers.
No, that's ball. You know, Alexander and his speed will go down to first base. Here he is, Jay Johnson, looking to become the fastest coach to win 2 World Series titles at a school. The prior quickest was 8 seasons. He just did it in 2023. And how about this? A first-year coach to lead his team to the World Series finals. The last to do it was Johnson. The other 5 who led their team in their first year to the finals all lost in the finals. So Schnall is trying to break more glass by winning the title. Blake Barthol is a fascinating story, a walk-on here. Ball inside, that's going to get away. That's easily going to send Alexander down a second in an aggressive turn, but he'll hold there.
Yeah, Luis Hernandez trying to steal a strike right here. He's just a little bit too quick doing it. Watch that glove. Ball that caught a lot of the plate, but right there more concerned about bringing it back over before he actually caught it. Should go as a pass ball, and now Alexander moves up 90 feet.
We talk about the shadows a lot for the hitters. You almost wonder if the shadows played a part in that. That's a pitch Hernandez expects to catch.
Big opportunity for the junior. Barthol, he holds up, and right now Anderson, after the walk and the pass ball, finds himself behind 2-0. Barthol was a walk-on who went to Coastal's camp, and according to their coaching staff, might go down as one of the best players we ever had. 2-1.
The story against Coastal is control what Kevin Schnall calls the freeze, right? Free bases is what they build their offense on. So far, we already have a free pass with a walk, a free base with a pass ball. Not a great start for this LSU defense.
Yeah. Coastal offense has had great success in the first inning with an on base of .579. As Anderson has battled back to a 2-2 count against Barthol. He's hitting .286 in the tournament with a couple of doubles. Able to foul off a slider.
Nice job. KP, you highlighted the slider's effectiveness against Arkansas. And with these shadows earlier in the game, left on left, you got your hands full. Barthol doing a nice job there of wasting a really good breaking ball there from Cade Anderson.
Great speed at second base, and Sebastian Alexander. 2-2 with 1 out, just underway. Spoils another one.
That was interesting today talking to Kevin Schnall just about offensive approach for Coastal. And one of the things he talked about was intentionally trying to run the pitch count up. If we get through an inning and face 15 or more pitches, regardless of whether or not we put any runs on the board, that is a positive. And obviously with the foul balls, pushing that pitch count up, the next pitch will be Anderson's 15th this inning.
And Barthol, tough hop. Braswell will look Alexander back. Makes a high throw, but the tag applied by Jones. And Alexander could not advance to third. Nice play by Jared Jones at first base.
This is tough on both ends. Michael Braswell hangs in there on a ground ball, and you called it. Carl. The big fella Bear showing you some nimbleness over there at first base, getting off the bag and finishing off with a tag as LSU gets the second out here. And Bear Jones kind of flying inside the line and then just getting Barthel right before he gets to the base.
Cleanup hitter Walker Mitchell, third baseman. No. A little high with the first real off-speed slow pitch we've seen from him tonight. Walker, a .279 hitter during the regular season, .233 in the tournament. He's got 7 hits, all of them singles. That one lands. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's Braswell at third with Stephen Milam at short. Daniel Dickinson is at second. Jones, you've seen it first. In the outfield, Curiel's in left, and he's playing very deep. Chris Stanfield in center, and Jake Brown is in right, with Luis Hernandez behind the dish. That sails high, 2-1.
Chanticleers, you talked about how good they've been early in ball games. 9 first-inning runs here. They got the hitter up in the order who's been best against left-handers all year with a plus count, a runner in scoring position, looking to get off to another fast start.
Say he went. Home place umpire says he did swing an 84-mile-an-hour changeup, a developing pitch for Cade Anderson.
That is a good one, and it's been one of the biggest differences this year. Did he go? That's a 50-50 ball right there. But watch him get over the top of that changeup, turn it over. Good movement down and away from Walker Mitchell to get the check swing strike.
Milam said of his pitcher Anderson, he wants to embarrass you. With all those strikeouts, he's done a lot of that. Here we go with a 2-2 and 2 outs. And a foul ball down the third baseline. First pitch of the first, so a moral victory for Coastal with that number KP talked about. They'd like to get a run on a 2-2 outside full count.
Guys, for somebody who leads the country in strikeouts, the put-away pitches have been hard to come by here early in the game. I mean, everything's in his advantage with the wind and with the shadows, and Coastal is really grinding out these ABs here early in the ball game.
Blagan Pato would be next up. First, the 3-2. Away. And he missed away. Second walk of the inning for Anderson. And Coastal's got a little threat going, and they're certainly putting some pitches on the arm of the lefty.
And Anderson just 30 walks in the entire season coming in. So this is a kid that has had very good control to go with top-end stuff. See the most that he's thrown in a first inning. All of his postseason starts this year. It should be no surprise. I mean, this is Coastal's offensive approach. It is intentionally trying to make at-bats uncomfortable and make guys earn the ability to get them out. And so far, the 2 times that Anderson could have come back 3-2, he's missed with both.
All right, so not the first time Anderson's been on the mound here, but KP, difference between the finals and sort of an opening round game here in Omaha. What's the nerves? You've been on that mound. You've been on the mound at the World Series.
Yeah, some of it. I mean, it could be that, but some could be, we're also very early here. And there's a couple misses that, we generally don't see from Anderson. History would tell you that he's going to find it here pretty quick.
It looks pretty loose out there right now, guys. We're chucking it up with home plate umpire Brian DeBrouwer, and I guess Nate Yeske, the pitching coach for LSU, just keeping the mood light there with his star left-hander.
Yeah, they have enormous faith in him. Obviously, he's earned that trust of Yeske and Jay Johnson. Now a full 4-pitch pitcher. The question for Anderson after the freshman year: how fast can we accelerate his body coming off of Tommy John surgery? And he is a gym rat. He worked his butt off, and now here he is with 2 on and 2 out in the first of game 1 of the finals. And he lands a strike to Blagan Pato. Hato's out of Longwood. According to the staff, you watch him play over the course of the season, as many tools as anyone on our team. Had a couple of big home runs against Auburn when they went on the road to sweep the Supers. Great change up there, and it's 0-2.
Backdoor slider, change up that ran away. We got pitches working opposite directions, and a nice start to this sequence here from Cade Anderson.
Another changeup. He got him swinging, and they will strand a couple. Again, they get the moral victory. He throws 25 pitches, but he wins the war. Nobody comes in. Bottom one coming up.
On Chewy, save 35% and shop all your favorite brands. For any taste or any diet. At prices you love, delivered fast. For low prices, for life with pets, there's Chewy.
Ta-da! Not what I was expecting. IKEA.
When you need to get them settled into college, shop online and choose from thousands of pickup options or delivery at IKEA-USA.com.
Fire it up.
The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon. Only in theaters.
If you're an executive, this shirt is a must-have in your closet.
I was tired of floppy collars and shirts with sweat stains, so I got this shirt I saw on TV, and now I don't have to worry about any of that. I got it shipped in no time, and I switched from regular polos to this immediately. The brand is called Collars & Co. They make a regular stretchy golf shirt, but the top has a firm collar on it. I got rid of so many problems by upgrading to this. No dry cleaning needed anymore, and I'm free from uncomfortable long sleeves, and the collars stay stiff all day. Get 20% off using code TV at collarsandco.com.
What do you like about the Tigers?
Not a whole lot.
26 in a row. The teal is for real.
This isn't something that caught us by surprise. We knew we were meant to be here, ready to go out there and compete and bring home number 8.
LSU is on to the finals.
You want to beat them up? Do you have what it takes?
Now this is the biggest spot in college baseball. The greatest show on dirt, downtown Omaha. 75th year it has been in the great, great city of Omaha that opens its arms to everybody that comes to visit. As we take a look at the LSU batting order, it's brought to you by Capital One. You can really focus 1 through 9 if you want.
It's no doubt. They got depth in this lineup, but Jake Brown has been a star for them, a big 2 RBI base hit in the Arkansas game, 4 for 6 so far in the College World Series for the sophomore right fielder.
KP, Jacob Morrison is a 12-win guy who is probably the best starter, and yet they went with Cameron Fluke. How do you explain?
It's very high-end stuff when you look at Cam Fluke. I mean, it's an average fastball this year of about 95. He'll show you 96, 97. First time through the order, very fastball heavy. 2 different breakables and a good changeup to lefties.
And the first pitch is fouled off by Derek Creel, 97 miles an hour. The pitching coach is Matt Williams. He says his zone percentage, meaning the pitches he throws within the strike zone, is above 60%, and as fastballs go, right around 75%. He will try to live up in the zone. The 0-1 right there. 0-2 at the knees. Another one at 96. We talked about giving Morrison another day. He's coming off Tommy John in spite of the phenomenal season he's had. Very comfortable with Cam Fluke on the mound. Ahead of Curry, 0-2.
Communicate to the on-deck hitter and kind of walk them through their sequence also shows that you're really recognizing the spin of each and every pitch.
Ravi, all those days with the batting cage and Dad, Curiel said my favorite part was that we would get noise ordinance from the police. They'd come and leave notices on my door. Dad kept them all.
He's got a whole book of noise ordinances, doesn't he? 2 balls and 2 strikes. Curry will be ready in the left side. He's a Stephen Kwan type hitter. He'll go the other way. And just missed on the inside with a little extra velo at 98.
This has been Curry all the way through this tournament. 0-2 to 3-2, to where he's patient, takes pitches that are just off the plate, and this was a fastball just off the plate, but he's worked the count back to 3-2.
Despite of Bodine's best effort to steal him a strike. He missed, and what a good at bat by Curiel, who will go down to first base.
We talked about the stuff that can't flip. Fastball we've seen already up to 98 today, but he's averaged 95, 2 different breakables. A real curveball, cutter behind it. You can see how LSU has struggled against the velocity so far in this tournament. And believe me, they see plenty of it during the course of the year, but they're going to see plenty of it today. For Flukie, has been outstanding against right-handed hitters all the way through, but a leadoff walk to Curiel to start this one.
To bring up Ethan Fry, he's the DH, hitting 229 in the tournament, but 331 regular season, and Flukie falls behind. Fry's opportunity to play for his home state team was not looking great. Not too long ago, he suffered a shoulder injury at the end of the 24 season that required surgery, but Jay Johnson said he's the man. He's handled everything, success, failure, injury, as well as you possibly can. And he's got talent. When you get that kind of maturity, he says, with that kind of talent, he wouldn't call it a breakthrough because he's always had a huge opinion of him. Mr. Baseball in Louisiana in 2022. Won back-to-back state championships and now trying to win a college championship. No. Gets away from Bodine, falling behind 2-0 to Fry.
Both pitchers a little nervy here early. I wouldn't say either one of them has settled in from a command standpoint. Now, Cade Anderson did do a nice job of getting them off the field, but Flukie clearly not quite under control here early on.
3 on the left side of the infield. The right side is wide open. 2-0, 2-1. Right, KP, when you can fall back on that pitch, that's a good fallback for him.
Yeah, I mean, life is good if you're falling back on 97. That generally makes you feel a little bit better about yourself.
.651 slugging percentage for Fry out of the 2-hole, and this one a chopper to the shortstop, Dooley. He will only go to first, and the runner will move down to second. Curiel, one of those topspin choppers that bit into the dirt before it took off for the infield.
You see Dooley there talking to Barthel. Do you think I had him? What do you think? He went with the safe play and just made sure they got it out. Curiel runs so good, makes the Chanticleers shortstop think twice about trying to get the lead out there, and it's a productive out by Ethan Fry as he moves the runner into scoring position.
He also got in the ear of Jake Brown to tell him what he saw from his pitcher Flukie as Stephen Milam will bat, killing it in the tournament, a .387 average. Switch hitter with a homer and 4 doubles, 12 RBI to lead the team. Like Coastal, a runner in scoring position in the first. I'm out. There are those numbers. You look at Flukie's 8-1 record with that .329. While Anderson has 170 strikeouts, Flukie sits there with 109 on the season, but only 22 walks. So far, that's the pitch he can count on. The fastball to go to 1 ball, 1 strike. Hasn't yet got a feel for the secondary.
That velocity's ticked up a little bit too. I mean, he averaged right at 95 this year on the fastball. So far in this first inning, he's been 97, 98.
1-1. Another one right there. Gage Wood threw his no-hitter for Arkansas with 19 strikeouts. The story was PitchCom just kept telling him, fastball down the middle. Fastball middle. Down the middle.
Just put it on repeat.
1-2. There it is. That's lined back up the middle. Curiel will hit third. He'll be waved. Sykes' throw is cut off, and it's the Tigers 1. Coastal nothing on an RBI from Milam, his 13th of this postseason.
Mr. Clutch, Stephen Milam continues to raise his game in the biggest of moments. They go fastball middle again, and Milam makes some pay. Such a short, sudden move. Watch how quick this barrel gets from A to B to the front of the zone. A rocket back up the box. Stephen Milam continues to drive in big runs for the Tigers.
That was one too many fastball middles.
Yep.
That one cut a whole lot of the plate, the spot that Milam could do damage, and he's got the Tigers on the board.
Milam with the RBI. He carried LSU against West Virginia in the Supers. Does it again here. Breaking pitch in there for strike one to Jake Brown. Couple of steals for Milam, not going, and another one that's in there on a swinging strike. So he's found the breaking pitch in this plate appearance.
He calls that a cutter. It's a slider.
Yeah.
But sometimes mentally guys will think one thing. The one thing that Fluky can do with that pitch when he wants to is can add depth, and he'll do it when he gets in plus counts. He did it right there.
1-2. We talked about LSU after their 8th World Series title on playing in front of big crowds. Brown said, I'd say nobody dreams about playing in an empty ballpark. When you're a kid, you swing in the backyard. When you're doing all this stuff, you dream about playing in the biggest spotlight. That's what LSU is. 1-2. He's gone. A nice tight slider there. He picks up strikeout number 1. And here comes a loud roar for Jared Jones, the hero in the most wild game the other night against Arkansas to send them home. He is 6'4", 280 pounds. Saw him draw in the dirt. Says a Hail Mary before walking up to the plate. And he looks at one right there for strike 1. He's probably the one guy that the wind may not knock a ball down. He had a 452-foot homer against Tennessee.
Yeah.
Really good pitch.
I mean, where it could play in with Jones is he likes to hit the ball to right center field. And it is not going to be easy for anyone to hit it out to right center field today with that wind.
You can see it is howling at different times. Could gust up to 30 to 35. Currently around 20. He lands another one, and after the initial walk, he was able to pick up a punch out of Brown and Jones, but Stephen Milam delivers to give the Tigers a 1-0 lead.
Monster. He's a monster in the postseason. It's an RBI single for Milam, a couple strikeouts to end it for Cam Fluky, but the Tigers strike first. It's 1-0 LSU.
We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Let's just get one of everything.
Everything.
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, chef!
This is so nice.
3% cash back on chicken.
Yes, chef.
3% cash back on risotto.
Yes, chef.
Where's my fish?
Here, chef.
Had a feeling you want to earn 3% cash back on dessert.
Sorry, chef.
What's in your wallet?
This is not a blue moon. Now it is. Now it's not. Now it is. Now it's not. Now it is. Now it's not. Now it is. A Valencia orange makes a blue moon, and everything a little brighter.
With new McValue at McDonald's, you'll get more than you expect. Like buy a double cheeseburger for you and add a McChicken for $1. Because being able to take your little brother out is a big deal. Get more than you expect with new McValue.
At AT&T, we confidently guarantee our network.
Oh, no.
What we can't guarantee, you and your teammates being too connected.
What up, Chet?
Double oh no.
I texted you guys I was going to wear.
I wore that last week.
I got dressed first this morning. I thought you said you were going to
A
wear
connection means something. That's why with AT&T, we'll proactively make it right with a credit for a full day of service if there is a network interruption. That's the AT&T guarantee.
right, so LSU draws first blood. Let's go back over that play on the ground ball to short.
Yeah, to me, the ball Fry hit to Dooley at shortstop could have been a force out at second. You watch here, Barthel gets there. When Dooley catches the ball, I don't know, guys, 10, 15 feet, like he's just starting. If he flips that quickly, I think they get the out at second base. Dooley takes the out at first, and watch him at the end of it. Kind of looking at Barthel like, you think I did the right thing? And yeah, they're talking about it. What do you think? And then at the end of the day, it ends up leading to an LSU run after a base hit by Milo.
Now, on the heels of that play a couple of nights ago when Vahiva Aloy had a ground ball hit to him, had a double play, ended up going to third base. Small things could lead to big results. There's a jam shot on a slow roller. Dickinson fires, and he gets Colby Thorndike. Unfamiliar position for Coastal to find themselves behind. They've generally played ahead. In fact, first time trailing after any inning in the Men's College World Series. And they come in, obviously, on that winning streak, the longest winning streak by any team entering the College World Series. And they've only added to it. Shaking his head on a tough pitch inside. Now Dean Mijos. Inside. KP, that's funny. The definition of a pitch that a guy's throwing at any level, especially the major league level, you call it one thing, a pitcher will tell you it's a completely different pitch than what you guys are saying, or what some of the computer technology will be telling you it is.
It's just a mindset. If you're a pitching coach, you don't really care when if it looks good. You can call it whatever you want. I don't care. Just keep throwing.
This one popped up. Let's see how the wind affects it. And Jones made it look pretty easy, and they're at 2 down.
Up 25 pitches in the first inning, and now 5 in this inning to get 2 quick outs. So Anderson a little bit more efficient so far here in the second.
And not unsurprising, how many college games, major league games, have you seen the first inning?
Oh, yeah.
A little bumpy, and then all of a sudden the waters get smoother. Ty Dooley. No. A little above the letters, ball 1. Good production out of the bottom of the order for Dooley, the shortstop. 6 home runs, 37 RBIs, pretty good speed. And then you get to Sykes, who's a real speedster at the bottom. Still in. 3 balls, no strikes. Right at the letters, 3-1. All good. Thank you, bro. Foul ball. Dooley's got one of the great facial looks there. He's got the mustache and the beard. He said his dad has a mustache, but a much better beard. He says in the mustache competition, I'm killing him. No. But then he said, Dad doesn't even know we're having a competition. He's not aware of it. So he will take the walk on the inside pitch. He said he's had facial hair since high school, and the stash just popped last year.
Yeah, I'd say he's winning that category. I'd say he'd win most of those competitions.
You ever watch Tombstone?
Oh, yeah.
Johnny Ringo's.
Very
all
good
the
call.
time.
Very good call. Yep.
Third walk of the game for Anderson. And here's Wells Sykes.
For Anderson this year, that ties a season high. Most he's walked in a game this year is 3. He's done it a few different times, but now he's walked 3 in the first 2 innings.
Couple of doubles in the tournament for Sykes.
Yeah, the freeze war right now is not being won by Cade Anderson. Now, all that matters from his perspective, he just wants to keep posting zeros, but certainly free passes were not a part of the game plan. You don't want to be allowing this offense to get going. I don't care even if it is with 2 outs and nobody on. This team has just been so opportunistic.
Well, he's rested. Jay Johnson said before the game we could get to 125, 130 pitches. Played on 94 to go 1 ball, 1 strike. KP, like you said, 5 pitches to get 2 outs after throwing 25 in the first inning, and now it's starting to add up again here in the second. Sykes out of play. Transfer from the Citadel. Like so many of the Coastal players, just grinders. Pretty selfless. Take a look at Cade Anderson's mom. Dad generally in the background pacing somewhere not seen. He'll like that one though as he chased way out of the zone. And Anderson ends the first 2 innings with strikeouts.
Two out walked and just take care of it yourself. Grab the 4-seamer, let it fly. Well, Sykes can't hold up. Couple of strikeouts to start for Cade Anderson in 2 scoreless innings.
When you live with diabetes, progress is having your coffee like you like it, without an audience. The Freestyle Libre 3 Plus sensor tracks your glucose in real time, so everyone else doesn't have to. And over time, it can help lower your A1C. Confident choices for more control of your life. This is progress. Learn more and try for free at freestylelibre.us.
This crispy chicken is from a taco place.
This crispy chicken is from a taco place? Hey, this crispy chicken's from Taco Bell? The taco place? This chicken is so perfectly crispy with tortilla chip coating. It's from a taco place. Guys, what? It comes in a burrito, too?
From your taco place, it's also a chicken place that's also a taco place.
The theme park owners did experimental work, leaving only the worst ones here. Hang on!
Survival is a long shot.
Jurassic World, rated PG-13, in theaters July 2nd.
The NCAA Men's College World Series is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? So there is some history here between Coastal, Jay Johnson, and LSU. In 16, Coastal won the championship. They took 2 in Baton Rouge, so they beat LSU there. Then they come here and win the final against Jay Johnson. So an opportunity for revenge for Johnson and LSU in one fell swoop. That's it. Or Coastal can take care of it in one swing by knocking Johnson and the Tigers off. It's 1-0. We go to the bottom of the second inning. And it'll be Luis Hernandez, Chris Stanfield, and Daniel Dickinson for LSU. On the ground is short. Dooley. 1 down. '51 wins for the LSU Tigers, and this has been the dominant program. The last 40 years, they've been in the College World Series half the time, 20 times.
Yeah, nobody's been more since the year they went the first time in 1986. They have the most trips here to Omaha, the most titles as well.
Skip Bertman in the 80s and 90s. Of course, the title that he won, and then all the way up to where we are now with Johnson in 23 with a whole bunch in between. Yep. 0-2. Oh, Maneri got a title in 09. Right on the corner, that's Payne. 3rd strikeout. Last 4 hitters for Flukie.
Starting to feel a little more comfortable out there now. Strikeout to end the last inning. You get the ground ball and a fastball to Hernandez, then come back and just stand Stanfield straight up. Two-strike fastball at 97 down around the knees. 2 quick outs here in the second inning for Cam Fluke.
Starting to get that K-strut going too there a little bit, boys. A la Paul Skeens there, kind of with that move around the mound.
Now Daniel Dickinson. Yep, pours another one right there at 97 miles an hour. And the difference, KP, the location, these are down as opposed to being up.
Yeah, the pitch to Milam was pretty center cut, and he had just seen a few fastballs before, timed it up.
That one is hung a little bit to left, and it's going to get down in front of Alexander. It certainly didn't look like he got a good read on it, and again, the sun may have played a role.
Yeah, I don't think he saw this ball. Playing deep with 2 outs and a hanging breaking ball that Dickinson rips into left. And I just don't think Alexander sees this ball off the bat. You can see him put his glove up right away. And at that point, he did the wise thing, as he is just staring at the glare of the sun. And with 2 outs especially, put the brakes on.
Looking for a little 2-out magic. Michael Braswell getting the support of the LSU crowd. Braswell has been struggling at the plate, and the LSU fan base looking to rally him on the corner for strike 1.
The other day, Braswell was getting on the bus, and he got emotional finding another fan that was wearing his jersey. He autographed it, and he said, listen, I know I'm not the team favorite, that I've had my struggles, so to see someone there wearing my jersey, and the fans all got together on Twitter and said, we're going to give this guy some love tonight.
Yeah, that's great. Almost Trey Turner with the Philadelphia Phillies turned his season around a couple years ago.
He got a standing O when he was walking up. This is a 9-hole hit.
That's awesome.
Who's primarily in there because of his glove, and he's shown you why already today, but they're still on their feet.
And he sends one to right. This one's to the corner. Pato is over there and makes the play. It's the way it's gone for that kid right there. 0 for 10 in Omaha. 1 for 22 in the tournament. Jay Johnson coming up with a big smile on his face. And Chris Budden when we come back.
You see, toe fungus is not just an embarrassing cosmetic problem. It can also be dangerous. Even small spots can spread and get worse. Drugstore remedies and prescriptions just don't get to the root cause of your fungus. That's why this simple 2-minute hack has gone viral. You can check it out at crystalflush.com. It works by deeply penetrating and disrupting the cellular structure of the fungus. Thousands are literally wiping their fungus clean and showing off their toes again. And now you can try it totally risk-free. Go to crystalflush.com.
We're with Mike, who's leaving home to protect his family and yours. We're with Tara during the holidays when she misses home the most. Thanks to generous supporters, we're with all service members and their families who need connection, comfort, and a home away from home. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today.
Welcome back to the NCAA Men's College World Series presented by Capital One. Joined now with LSU head coach Jay Johnson. Let's start first with Cade Anderson. Allowed some early walks. What have you seen from him early today?
I think he's pumped up, and I love that. He's a strike thrower, so he'll rein it in a little bit, get better as he goes.
We saw Nate Yeski go out there. What's the conversation to kind of maybe ease him into this?
Yeah, I think that was more of who we wanted to pitch to, where we were at the open base, and get him settled in and reset for the next pitch.
You gave him some early run support. Next time through the order, what approach do you guys want against Fluky as he starts to settle in?
Yeah, he's pretty good. You got to push him down with the fastball, elevate the breaking ball. You got to try to see it early because it gets on you pretty quick.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Guys?
He left Arizona after they were here and lost and took the job at LSU, and all he's done is carry on the tradition and again elevate or continue the expectations at the height that they are in Baton Rouge. As we start the third, and Caden Bodine back to the top, fouls one off. What do you guys think about how Jay Johnson has adapted to the job, adapted to it?
I think he's been incredible. I think it starts for Jay Johnson when you're around him. His desire for player acquisition is at the top of the sport. Like, he is as active in both the high school and the portal recruiting as any head coach, certainly in America. And then he can win with different types of teams. I mean, this is a much different team and a much different roster than he had in 2023. Yet here they are 2 wins away from winning a national championship. And so I just think he's as hard-working and as smart as any coach in the sport.
Trying to win 2 in 3 years. You saw that South Carolina 10 and 11. 2 different ballparks. That was the Jackie Bradley team, who of course is working with us and part of the pregame and postgame shows. Anderson on a 1-2. No, that's out. Just missed outside. 2 and 2. You know, Berkey mentioned the recruiting obsession that Johnson has as we take one more look at this pitch that was off.
Usually when Brian DeBrouwer says it's off, he's usually right. Nope. That one was right there in that gray zone.
But that's where Schnall and Johnson got to know each other about 15 years ago when Johnson was at San Diego. Way inside, he drilled Bodine. And frustration from Anderson as he just lost him. 3 walks and a hit batter.
And this wasn't really standing your ground here, KP. This one he was unavoidable. I mean, he hit the middle of his body.
There is nowhere to go on this. I mean, he just missed with the fastball 1-2, and in this one you can see. They're trying to go away right there, too. I mean, that one he just, he tugged a full 1.5 to 2 feet off of where he was trying to throw it. First time the Coastals had the leadoff man on today.
And that is a record that they add to 177 times that they've been hit by a pitch. KP talked about it pregame show. They work on it. Schnall was a catcher at Coastal. He got dinged a lot. Again, son of a football coach. He wasn't going to get out of the way of any pitch inside. And they certainly encourage you not to move. This one goes into right field off the bat of Alexander. And first and second as he took a slow slider and went the other way.
Well, that's a pretty piece of hit. And I was curious whether to see if they would go drag bunt right there. They love to drag bunt with a leadoff runner, but Alexander sits on a breaking ball, shoots it to the backside, and Coastal's got it going here in the third.
The drag bunt is absolutely a part of their game. They rarely would call it a sacrifice bunt. They're often just bunting to see if they can get a hit. You'll also see the runner at second base, first base, take one of those fake leads and then go and then stop to see if the defense will move. Barthol will square, will lay one down. They have a play at third. Alexander. Oh, wow. Anderson gets him right there. What a job by Cade Anderson.
Well, Jay Johnson talked about his pitcher needs to take care of the baseball, and they worked a lot on defending the inside game yesterday in practice. You love to see a pitcher get the catcher running. The ball takes you to third base. The third base line is yours. Brazel does a nice job there of playing first base over there at third. And the poise and the precision by Cade Anderson to field his position and get the lead runner, that is a huge play in this game.
Good presence of mind, too, by Brazel. He took one step in and then realized the left-hander was going to get there, retreated automatically to third base to get that lead runner.
Early circle play in the third inning. Now Walker Mitchell walked his first time up, and that pitch lands in there for strike one.
I mean, that's how you teach a bunt with first and second, nobody up, right down the third base line. But a left-handed pitcher who can really field his position can really take that play away from an offense.
Falling off to that side as well of the rubber on the 0-1. And Walker behind 0-2. Now I wonder, do you try to push that towards first?
Well, the first baseman can really cheat there since there's a runner on first and second. So usually you try to make the third baseman field it. Rarely do you get an athlete as good as Anderson on the mound.
0-2 to Mitchell. That's in there, strike three, right at the top of the zone. And once again, Cade Anderson into the bend but don't break mode.
Once you give him the out, and they did, and he gets the lead runner. Now Anderson dials it up a little bit right here. This is probably his best sequence of the game. Breaking ball to get it to 2 strikes and just grab that 4-seamer and throw it straight upper part of the zone, but definitely a strike. Now a strikeout in each of the first 3 innings for Cade Anderson.
Here's the sophomore, Blagan Pato, the right fielder. Strike one. Alexander going to third. They will throw down. He dives in, and then he lost the bag, and he is out. He had the base stolen, and then went into a try to get out of the way, and he was dead at third.
Well, he certainly had it stolen, and you know the old rule, never make the third out at third, but he has this base stolen, and the slide just so aggressive. You see there, he gets a fantastic jump. The base is stolen easy, and he's just got so much energy that he goes right through the base. A bad break for the Chanticleers, and the Tigers get off the field.
Looking for a reason to try the $5 meal deal with new McValue? Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the price makes 5.
So much.
Get more than you expect with the $5 meal deal with new McValue.
Dick's Epic 4th of July sale is on. Take 20% off Bog Bags and Igloo Coolers, 25% off Stanley Drinkware, $200 off Callaway Irons and TaylorMade Drivers. BOGO 50% off DSG Outdoor Gear. Shop in-store or at dicks.com.
Want a last-minute getaway calls? Answer it. Book last-minute deals on thousands of stays with Vrbo.
It starts in darkness. And then suddenly, out of the darkness, energy. Beans ground, milk froth, shots poured, espresso shaken and shaken and shaken and shaken and shaken 10 times, no more, no less. This is the story of coffee and company. The Starbucks you love is ready. Hello again.
One of the things to watch for in this ball game with the hot and windy conditions is how fast this surface is going to play. And I don't think Sebastian Alexander slid too late. I just think this surface is so fast right now. You can see he did everything in his power with his left hand to grab that base and still couldn't hold it. Looking back, guys, I think the only thing he could have done was slide feet first. Slide feet first, you know you're going to grab the bag. But he probably thought he needed to get outside to beat the tag.
No doubt, and he tried for sure to grab it with that left paw. Now back to the top, Curiel walked his first time up after falling behind, and he's behind again, 0-1. You know what, the decision to start Braswell at third base for his defense, he's been involved in a couple of plays here early, 3 of them, and made them all.
Inside.
Nearly identical to his first plate appearance, where he took a pitch just like that to start to work his way back into the count and eventually end up with a walk.
He has had multiple 6-7 pitch at bats in this College World Series. Curiel, who had been pushed down in the lineup, bumped back up to that leadoff spot. He has definitely looked apart over the past couple weeks.
Upcam on a 2-2. On the ground, a short hopped. Strong throw by Dooley to get Curiel.
Well, that was pretty. Ty Dooley has been playing a sweet shortstop all College World Series. How about the confidence to run right through it, pick it, and rip it across the diamond? That is a shortstop playing with a lot of confidence, and really the wise thing to do with, as we talked about how fiery this infield is, you want to minimize the hops. Come get every ball you can, because you get stuck on your heels here and that ball might play you.
Remember, a little offensive meeting going on here between Jay Johnson, Ethan Fry, Stephen Milam.
I think you want Fluky to stand in 98 degree heat right now. This is potentially, there's some discussion about it, but I think more than anything, just slow it down and make him stand out there for a minute.
Upper left, 97 feels like 99, and that wind is died a little bit, but it's going to be consistent in its gusts all night long. In a day game tomorrow where it's supposed to be equally as hot, if not a little warmer. Strike 1-5. Think about the challenge for guys like Alexander and Sykes in the outfield. On the other side, Curiel and Stanfield. Not only are you dealing with the sun staring you in the face, but there is a wind that is howling from right to left.
Yeah, outfield play is always so critical here at the College World Series, but especially this time of day with the sun and the wind really presenting problems.
Big swing from Fry. You can hear in our microphones the wind blowing in from the outfield and now dead across from right to left. A late shift, and this one popped up. The wind's got it. Bodine is over there. Watch it. Yeah, he made the play. Wow. He slipped what looked like on the circle where the batter would stand in the on-deck area. What a play by Bodine.
This is some kind of concentration now. Because watch that spike.
Ooh.
Right on where the on-deck hitter would stand, and then wheels come out from under him. And the head stays quiet, glove gets up. Bodine able to make the play.
And Caden Bodine looked twice, guys. He looked twice and still slipped and still made the play. That you called it, KP, the concentration to finish that one off, knowing all the different factors, including the fence there that he's dealing with. That was one heck of a play.
He's worked so hard to become a Buster Posey Award finalist and one of the best catchers in the entire country. Projections.
On the Gold Glove.
Exactly right.
Came out earlier this week.
And should have. Kylie McDaniel projects him somewhere in the top 20 this upcoming draft.
Watch how he catches the breaking ball, too. The great catchers, the glove doesn't move with the ball. They set it where it's going to end up and just wait. And then it ends up right there. He so many little things he does behind home plate to help his pitchers out.
Milam hit a fastball right back up the middle. He goes breaking pitch, and Milam lifts one deep to right field. Pato bangs into the wall. It goes off the wall. And he is into second with a double. Stephen Milam has hit a fastball and now a slider for a double. He's 2 for 2.
Yeah, hit a rocket on a fastball last at bat. This time they stick primarily with the breaking ball, and this one's just hovering in the middle of the plate. This is a home run any other day. The one thing you see here is when the wind's blowing across, if you hit it at the scoreboard, sometimes the wind doesn't affect it as much, and that ball carried pretty good. As Pato gets there and just can't finish it off. It's like he hit the fence a click before the ball arrived, which it didn't allow him to finish off that play. But a 2-out double, and the Tigers have another runner in scoring position.
Yeah, I bet if you go back, you tell me, Berkey, did his glove hit the yellow padding and prevent it from going up to get the ball?
I think his back hit the fence before he got to the highest point, and then ultimately it kind of stopped that glove from going up. But yeah, you can see it.
I would have liked to see him maybe go off 1 foot there
before the wall.
Yeah, before he got to the wall. I think that ball might have surprised him how long it stayed in there. I mean, that ball was cutting the wind. But again, I really believe that when you hit it right at that scoreboard, the wind does not affect it nearly as much as it would in the gap.
Yeah, it's a huge scoreboard out there in right field. It's a good point.
See, like right here, if he goes off 1 foot, I think he catches this. But he kind of waits and ends up jumping off his left foot. And then he's so close to the fence that you're right. It restricts his ability to reach. Boy, inches away from making that play. That was inches away from being a homer.
Yeah, inches away from a lot of things. How Milam's swing is so short and compact right now, even on that breaking ball. I mean, it was not, he wasn't coming out of his shoes. It was short to it and had some carry.
All those hours in the batting cage pay off, and here's Jake Brown with first base open, right on left. That one gets by, and that's an easy advance by Milam. And that's a rare miscue for Bodine.
You're not going to see that happen very much. I don't think he's not even really trying to frame this up either. He just missed it. It was a cutter that I think went further than Bodine thought it was going to. Just kept cutting and underneath the hands of Brown. Goes all the way to backstop. Milam's 90 feet away.
Pass ball.
No.
2-0, and the dangerous and red-hot Jared Jones on deck. 48 runs batted in on the season for Brown. There's a whole host of pro prospects. This may be the top one on LSU. Good pitch down and away for a strike.
Oh, in a game where it feels like every run is going to matter so much, this is just one of those at-bats with a couple bases open where you're behind in the count. I know Jared Jones is on a heater on deck, but lefties definitely see the ball better off Fluky than righties throughout the year.
2-1, he's squared, and Milam retreats to third.
How about that?
With 2 outs.
Now what? 3-1.
Swings at it, on a play.
Well, he's going right after him, KP. No flinch there.
That's a 3-1 center cut fastball right there.
Third inning, it's 1-0. Runner at third base on a 3-2. Look out. Swung at ball 4. Now, before every pitch, Sebastian Alexander puts that glove up in front of his eyes to try to see where the ball is going. Right at the letters, and Fluky finds it when he needs it. His 4th strikeout. They'll strand Milam at third.
A 2-out double. Stephen Milam is stranded because of this. 4 strikeouts in a day for Fluky. That one on a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. We come back. Head coach Kevin Stahl will join Chris Butler.
Wherever they take you. With over 30 hotel brands, Marriott Bonvoy has a brand for every kind of fan.
With hotels and vacation rentals, Booking.com has something for everyone.
Say, Sales, you got anything more boutique?
Oui. Right this way.
Yeah, we're talking. What about something more family-friendly?
Maybe a resort with a water park?
Or somewhere less family-friendly?
Yep, one Vegas hotel for the bride-to-be.
What if we hate everything?
We have free cancellation. Find exactly what you're booking for. Booking.com, Booking.com.
Welcome back to the Men's College World Series. Joined now with Coastal Carolina head coach Kevin Schnall. Saw Fluky get out of the jam with the strikeout after the meeting. What did you guys want to let him know?
We just wanted to set him down. It was a 0-2 pitch that ultimately left off, a ball that possibly we should be able to catch. Got to give them credit though. They the first inning went 0-2 to 3-2. He drew a walk and then a 2-strike hit to put them up 1-0. We got to score to win anyway.
Speaking of scoring, you've been able to get the pitch count elevated for Cade Anderson, get some base runners. What do you need to bring them home?
Well, hit with runners in scoring position. We've had 3 opportunities right now, runners in scoring position to hit, and we haven't yet. We put down a solid bunt. To Cade's credit, he made a really good play.
Between the shadows and the wind, how have we seen the conditions play a factor today so far?
I don't think they have so far. I mean, everybody's, nobody's talking much about it. Ultimately, they got to play in the same, temperatures and shadows and wind as we do.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Guys.
All right, KB, thanks. We're back with Plato, the right fielder, Pato, I should say, who had one go over his head, but it didn't hurt. That one is a fair ball down the line. He will head to second and get there.
We're back to Plato, the right fielder.
Plato good for the right fielder, who is now at second with a leadoff double. That's his 6th of the season.
A changeup, but elevated. This pitch is down. It's really hard to do something with. But watch location when it comes in. Elevated. Spot that Pato can get to. Right over the top of the base. Braswell can't get there. And Blagan Pato, who has legit power in this Coastal team. One time you can see those eyes light up. You get an elevated changeup, you get a chance to